Salem Councilor. I want to recognize Governor Healy's with us, Lieutenant Governor Driscoll, of course, and the Driscoll family. We're joined by Tom Darcy, the artist and the painter of the portraits we're going to see. Our State Senator Joan Lovely, also state legislators, State Representatives Jenny Armini, Manny Cruz, who's also our Vice Chair on our school committee here in Salem, and Margaret Ferrante, Sally Cairns, Jerry Parcella, Judge Parcella, maybe if you heard the news, and Representative Tom Walsh. We have a number of secretaries with us, our Administration and Finance Secretary Matt Gorkowitz, Housing Secretary Ed Augustus, Veterans Affairs Secretary John Santiago, and Technology Services and Security Secretary Jason Snyder. County officials, Sheriff Kevin Coppinger is here, our District Attorney Bill Tucker. I want to thank my colleague in the mayoralty, the Mayor of Gardner, who made the trip out here, Mayor Nicholson. From our City Council, we have our Council President, Ty Hapworth, Councilors at Large, Alice Merkel and Conrad Krasnewski, Ward Councilors, Caroline Watsonfeld, Patty Morcillo, Megan Stott, Andy Varela, Salem School Committee members, Veronica Miranda, Beth Ann Cornell, AJ Hoffman, Mary Manning, and of course all the City Hall staff, past and present, who are here, the department heads and the other staff who So for those of you who don't know, first of all, my name is Dominic Pengel, and I serve as the Mayor of Salem now. So there's been a very long tradition of hanging portraits of former mayors in City Hall here in Salem. Right now our City Hall features the portraits of a dozen former mayors. The oldest one was procured by the city in 1853. It's a copy of a painting by an artist named Chester Harding from around 1836 of Salem's first mayor, Leverett Saltonstall. And today we're celebrating the addition of our most recent and quite possibly our largest portrait. Last year, our city's 50th mayor stepped down from that position to become our Commonwealth's Lieutenant Governor. Kim Driscoll took office as our mayor here in Salem in 2006, and I had the honor of serving as her chief of staff for a decade, from 2013 until she moved on. Yeah, chief of staff. Before serving as our mayor, she was the deputy city manager and chief legal counsel in Chelsea and the planning director in Beverly. She had spent a number of years as the Ward 5 city council here in Salem before deciding to run for mayor. So love for local government runs deep. Kim's earliest taste of public service was as an intern in the Salem Planning Department while she was a student at Salem State. Planning Department folks here? Planning has always been at the core of her being. Plan the work and work the plan was a very common mantra in her time as mayor, as well as the I Heart Planning sticker, which is almost as popular as I Heart Pickleball. Kim's impact on Salem can't be overstated. She took office as our mayor during a time of extraordinary fiscal crisis, with a historic deficit when the city had to borrow money just to pay payroll. In short order, Kim turned those circumstances around, making Salem a model of modern municipal efficiency, a professionally managed and forward-looking city that others would look to emulate. Her positive impact wasn't limited to city government, though. Thanks to Kim's vision and leadership, our downtown was transformed into a vibrant and thriving place. Hip and historic, as I think you like to say. That took imagination and intentionality. It also took partnerships to ensure a shared set of goals for our whole community. And that's all a testament to Kim's leadership. Whether it was pushing forward on a housing agenda that recognized that every person deserved a roof over their head, or on the effort to finally close Salem's heavily polluting coal power plant and revitalize our water. Kim was at the forefront. Salem was a model community for our Commonwealth in responding to the pandemic, thanks largely to Kim's focus on public health and safety and on economic and educational resilience. But I think one of Lieutenant Governor Driscoll's most enduring and positive legacy is in her commitment to making Salem a welcoming community. From our newcomers to Salem for all ages, from the LGBTQ+ community to work with our youth and in our schools. Kim lived and led by a philosophy so succinctly captured by the great urban planner and activist Jane Jacobs when she observed that cities have the capability of providing something for everybody only because and only when they are created by everybody. It's been my privilege to build on that foundation and carry on that legacy as mayor here in Salem. There is this tradition that's often spoken of in the White House where an outgoing president leaves a letter in the desk drawer for the incoming president. I opened the desk drawer on my first day and I found a Pitbull CD and a Yimpy sticker. It was an honor to work for Kim, and it gives me great pleasure now to introduce the next person to work for Kim Driscoll, our governor, Maura Healy.
Good evening. Thank you for hosting us in the auspicious Hawthorne Hotel, the haunted hotel. Who's staying here tonight? Besides Crystal. The party's at Crystal's room. It's Diva Sister. I have one of those too. It's a good thing. Boy, what a treat to be here tonight and to Mr. Mayor, to members of the City Council, to the school committee, to all who serve this wonderful city of Salem. Thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for being such an incredible model for what our cities and municipalities here should do and lead on. Is that serious and solemn enough? I do appreciate you, though. I do appreciate you. Mayor, we see some other mayors here. Mayor Nicholson, little neighbor to the south here. Thank you. We have our state legislators who are here tonight. Senator Joan Lovely. Representative soon-to-be judge, Jeremy Carasella. Your own Representative Amy Cruz. Representative Sally Cairns. Representative Jenny Armini. Thank you, Marblehead, for resolving that strike. Here's for Beverly. Representative Ann Margaret Ferrante. Representative Tom Walsh. And all esteemed electeds that I've neglected to mention. Medford's Mayor McGlynn, you can't help yourself. You grew up in Medford. Shut up. You left Medford a long time ago. Thank you for always repping Medford, Mom. Members of our administration, right? This great team, Senator Ed Augustus, Senator John Santiago, Senator Jason Snyder, Secretary, I know. It's because I had this much beer on it. It's much better being a secretary, actually. No offense. Secretary Jason Snyder, Secretary John Santiago, Secretary Ed Augustus, Secretary Matt Gorkowitz, who controls your the purse, so to speak, for our administration. We have our Chief of Staff, Kate Cook. Many members of our team are here. Our Lieutenant Governor's Chief of Staff, Christian Hoysred, is here. Importantly, we have Kim's family. To Nick, where are you? Nick, Alini, Hamish, Nikki, Mom Joy, Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is about gratitude. And I am so grateful to be able to work alongside every day somebody who inspires me, motivates me, sets me on the right course. We have a lot of fun together. And that's all very meaningful to me personally. And I love that. And I love Kim Driscoll. And also, I see her up close and personal every day, navigating a lot of crises, a lot of challenges, a lot of, Repulsito friends, I know what we're saying, navigating crises and challenges, right? And finding ways to turn those into opportunities and growth for our state. And I just can't overstate how grateful we should be in Massachusetts to have Kim lead us as Lieutenant Governor. I was talking to Beth earlier. Those who knew the young Kim Driscoll in the planning department, who was in university, who's in college playing basketball? Evie, seriously, we're playing basketball in college. Would you think about, I know, you still got it. Would you think about going to work in the planning department? Just on, no, you wouldn't. The point is, Kim Driscoll, she thought she was going to the NBA, and she saw that it was really important to work in the planning department. And Beth and the team knew then that she was a go-getter and was going to get stuff done, right? She's been about that. It's amazing. She is so special, and I'm only 2 years into this Kim Driscoll experience. Everyone's got a reality show, so I can see this coming to Netflix soon. But for those of you who've had Kim, for 20 years, and some of you longer in your lives, what a treasure! What a treasure! It's so many ways. She's got this incredible knowledge of government. And I say that because, this is a serious point. We're in a moment right now where there's a lot of distrust in government. There's a lot of fracture in society, here and across this country. But who better to step forward and lead us than Kim Driscoll, right? She understands government. She understands local government. She understands what people need, and she understands how to get people working together. That's what made her such a powerful leader and such a leader of such impact. I think about Salem in this time of being a place that could be a model, not just for Massachusetts, but for this country as we go forward, right? The fact of the matter is, it's not a zero-sum game. And Kim always knew that, and she always believed in that, And yeah, she was a basketball player. She knew the importance of scoring. She knew the importance of the assist. She knew the importance of blocking out. She knew the importance of stepping in the lane and taking the charge, when one needs to. And all of us at different times are called upon to do different things. And that's just how Kim leads. The other thing, and the last thing I say about Kim is there's a reason why, as I look around this room, there are so many people who are new to the 2-year Kim Driscoll experience in our administration who are here tonight. And that is a testament to Kim's capacity to lead every day with compassion, with patience, especially to make up for a governor who doesn't always, bring patience every day, who leads with such positivity. She's the fun one. Was she the fun one back then, Amy? I'm talking to the basketball girls, and they find this hard to believe that get stuff done, even at 21 years old, is a fun one.
I said back in college, and just a little bit back then, she was going to be the first president of the United States.
That's awesome. And it's... We got 4 years to work on that. Case right here in Salem. So that matters though, because getting people to show up and to do this hard work and deliver for people every day is really a special, special gift. And that is why I think, knowing how she leads now, I can only imagine, how she led as mayor. I've seen the fruits of it. I see it when I drive around this great city, see all the opportunities, see what's been created, but that doesn't happen without somebody animating that, giving a force, giving an energy, giving a direction every single day. So there's no better place that we could gather tonight to celebrate all that is good in government, in our country, and in the leaders that we aspire to be, that we vote for, and that I am so lucky to serve alongside. And so, now, I can't wait to see, can you wait to see this? This is awesome. Okay. So now, we're going to ask Tom Driscoll to come on up. It's awesome. Don't do anything yet, because I gotta count down. First of all, I want you to raise your phones, but also raise a toast to a historic mayor, a generational leader, and a dear and great friend to all of us, Kim Driscoll. Everybody's out. We're going to count from 5 down to 1, and then the magic's going to happen. I can't wait. Okay, are you with me? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, settle down, people. So my heart is really overwhelmed. Thank you, Governor, for those amazing words. I think you all know how lucky I am to be able to serve alongside an amazing leader, someone who I like, respect, and admire, and someone who's doing great work and celebrating this opportunity to be not only with each other, but to be leading at this time. Thank you so much. I'm not done being praise on you, but that's just the start. And Dominic, and of course, Dominic, thank you as well for not only being here, but for the work you're doing. But I really want to pay tribute to Tom Darcy for putting such love, attention, and your amazing talent. Tom, where did you go? You're right over there. Tom Darcy. I feel so special that you, a Salem resident, helped create this portrait, which will hang in City Hall long after we're both gone.
former mayors who hang in the office. There are a lot of white men in the portraits, that's the way it was, no problem. But looking at all those portraits is something I did every day. Joe Harrington, whose relative owns this particular building, I would swear his eyes would meet me and move around at night. Jean Levesque had such a kind look. Tony Salvo, somebody who led the city at a time when we needed leadership. So I just want to say I'm going to be hanging in that same office with all those other mayors, and I want to thank Tom for making sure no future mayor will make fun of me. And I also want to note that it was a photo that Jared Charney took during my time in office that was sort of the inspiration for this. He couldn't be here, but I want to recognize him. He used to do all the photos for Salem State University, so Jared would have photos of me playing on the court, at Alumni Association events, anything having to do with Salem State. Patricia, you may remember Jared took a lot of photos of us at the university. And it might be just a painting, but as I look out at all the people here this evening, amazing turnout, thank you so much. And I'm reminded of the many people I've gotten a chance to work with over the last 2 decades, while being lucky enough to serve as the City of Salem Mayor and now as your Lieutenant Governor. Let me start my thanks with those that I work with now. And that begins with Governor Daley. Like, how lucky am I? We knew each other, certainly, when I was mayor and the governor was AG, but we didn't get to work together in really close circumstances. It's just between mayors and AGs, you're not always working hand in hand. So after the primary, it was like a shotgun marriage. You're getting married! And I can't tell you what our partnership means. It's great when you get to serve alongside somebody you really love, respect, and admire, and really appreciate giving me an opportunity to take the lessons and experience I've learned as mayor and then put them to use on behalf of our administration and on the Commonwealth. Thank you so much for your confidence in me and allowing me to be not only a force multiplier to you, the amazing work you do every single day leading our team. Like, join us as part of the resistance, people. We're going to terribly rainy night. I said this was a Netflix day, if there ever was one. And I just want to say thank you for being here this evening. What we have is pretty special in the Commonwealth. I think we're going to continue to deliver for the people of Massachusetts, and I'm just grateful for the team that we have. And special recognition for the team that's here. Christian, Juan, 2 Melissas, TJ, Karen, Kate, our secretary. There's a lot of North Shore in the governor's office, as you know. Get done without real partnerships in the legislature, and I'm so thrilled that not only do we have a terrific delegation on the North Shore, that we support each other, we know the geography, and we're working to try and do good things for the region. So thank you for the legislators who are here, past and present. It's always been great to be able to work with people who want to get stuff done. And then to Dominic, Mayor Pangalo, still feels a little weird saying that. I'm so glad you are the mayor of the place that I get to sleep every night, what I consider to be my hometown. Having worked together for 10 years, I know Salem is in great hands with someone who is smart, way smarter than I am, incredibly smart, hardworking, and really committed to building a strong and inclusive community. Thanks for stepping up, and I know that Salem has a bright future with you. Members of the council, incredible folks who spend time out of their busy lives to give back to their community, school committee members, all of whom are here. That's what makes the community great, is when people care and they show up and they give their time aimed at making us better. Your leadership will continue to ensure that that continues to happen year in and year out, but it's the collective will of the folks who are in this room who take the time. We have representative democracy. And my team knows that I say this all the time. That means we elect people to do the digging in, to know the information, to make decisions. When you vote for somebody, you're giving them their wallet, your wallet, and frankly, your trust. And we've got great people in Salem, many of whom, like me, did not grow up here. They came here and fell in love with an amazing community, and and now give of their time and talent to make this place better. So thank you to the local government folks who are here. You know that's my love language. Whether you're on a planning board or on the council or a school committee, you do it because you care, and it really makes a big difference. And I definitely want to recognize my former City Hall colleagues who are here this evening. I had the good fortune to work with amazing people in the mayor's office, from Jason and Jen, and folks in the finance department like Rich and Sarah. Beth, who was like the glue at City Hall. And we do have a planning department that is second to none, led now by Tom, Kathy Wynn, who's retired, I'm going to get in trouble by naming names, but we wanted to have the best team. I wanted to make sure that our City Hall could be put up against any City Hall in the country. Bigger city, smaller community, we were going to get the job done, and I just had the good fortune to be able to serve alongside of you. Some days we were workmates, some days we were soldiers, but you are really family and friends. And some of you were here at the beginning when we were broke, we had major deficits. It was a real challenge just to get us into the place of getting rid of institutionalized bad practices. Others came later and kept it going, moving forward from bringing cruise ships and ferry service into our community, tackling COVID, and just like everything in between. I hope I instilled the value and virtue of a government that continuously looks to get better. I think that is our legacy, making sure that we have honest, open, transparent governing, representing others, both in a responsive way to constituents and in an inclusive way. Like Salem is a place where everybody matters. This funky, hip, historic town that many of us came to and fell in love with. And we have this responsibility to make sure it stays that way. That's one of the reasons we leaned in on housing and talked about ways we can support neighbors who are less than fortunate because of our history here. We came together toward a shared North Star, and often do, and it doesn't happen everywhere. There's lots of infighting and differences of opinion, and I'm not saying everything's always, sugar plum fairies, right? We have our share of fights, but when it comes to the important stuff, we come together as a team. And you all have heard me say, great cities don't happen by accident. It takes dedication, long hours, a willingness to embrace change and drive consensus. You all who worked at City Hall made us cutting edge. You were conscientious. You ensured that we were a city and a community that others admired and looked to. And something that was going to be hard, people looked to Salem. There's too many firsts for us to name, whether it's a green city or the first to stand up for public accommodations. We were that place because of you. So thank you for being here and the work you did. Tireless, unknown, every single day, making this place work. I really appreciate it. Gratitude to Salem residents, business owners, workers, community advocates, just plain old good neighbors who took a chance on a carpetbagger. I didn't grow up in Salem. I was one of the first mayors, I think, that didn't grow up here, let alone being a woman. Holy cow, right? And then you stuck with me for 5 more elections. And I don't think that's because you agreed with every decision that was made at a City Hall or everything that we did. I think you just trusted that we had the best interest of the community in mind. So I want to say thank you for that. That support to me is meaningful, and it's part of a relationship, right? When you do something and people are willing to forgive or to stick with you during hard times, that's meaningful. I've met some amazing Salem residents throughout my career. I just want to say hats off to Beth Arnold. Thanks for all your help putting this event together. If you need a doer, or somebody who can really roll up their sleeves and figure out our problem, that's Beth Arnold. And thank you for your help making this event good. And last but certainly not least is my family. My husband Nick, who I met at Salem State, I fell in love with him, I fell in love with Salem, and we were lucky enough to have 3 terrific kids, my daughter Delaney, my daughter Eilish, my son Nicholas, Nicky, as he goes by. They were 3, 5, and 9 when I took over as mayor. I can remember Nick holding Nicky, who was putting race cars down the street, down the seats at Old Town Hall. their mom is mayor, for better or for worse. And sometimes, you know, you don't want to go to the grocery store with your mom when she's mayor, because it takes a little bit longer to get there. There were late nights and meetings and a 2-hour council meeting over a 15-minute loading zone. Welcome to local government, right? There was time away, and really sometimes they had to wear the decisions that I made in this job, and that's not lost on me. And I'm so grateful that they served too. When you have a family member serving, we had a special experience growing up as a family in Salem, all the connections we've made, and I think we're better for it. I know we're better for it. And I also want to say my extended family is here, and my immediate family, my mom and stepdad, all the way from Mexico. Some of you know I affectionately refer to my mom as Charo because of her upbeat personality and her fun-loving. If I take away the fun-loving, like pit bull experience, it's from my mom. All right. Her and my stepfather can outdance Nick and I, like outstay us for late nights. They have really raised. I think you have raised daughters that are strong, independent women because you are. Sisters. Unfortunately, we lost one of my sisters, but both my two sisters, Crystal and Lori, are here. I am the tomboy in the family. I tell my mom all the time, if I'm adopted, it's okay. You can tell me. Because you all know me. I don't have the matching nail and the bag and all of the things. But I have 2 outstanding beauty consultants at my ready anytime I need it. Look at my eyebrows right now. But they do not live here. They live in the South. One's in Georgia, one's in Florida. They have both come up to campaign. Crystal's a regular fixture. She had 3 marriage proposals on the campaign. And I just want to say thank you all for being here. I've got extended family here. My sister-in-laws, Peg and Nora, who watched our kids every Saturday when I was campaigning back in 2005, so I could get out to the doors and knock. And my Uncle Jack, my cousin Terry. The New York crowd is in the house. My cousin Heather and Ashley, they've come down from New York, and I said to Claire, who as you all know is the outstanding general manager of this amazing hotel, that we had the Real Housewives of New York so we could handle this group. This is really all very special. Many of you are here because you care about Salem, or you care about me, or care about what's happening. They are true family who have no real connection to Salem, but came up for this really special opportunity. And I just want to say thank you, thank you. And I'm going to wrap it up and just say, like, who knew that a college internship playing for Tim Shea, and when you know one Shea brother, you know them all, so thanks James for being here. It's a tremendous family. Would have led to an internship at Salem City Hall. That was helped by David Shea. Like, the Sheas have certainly been a part of my life in getting me on the pathway here. That internship at Salem State turned into a lifelong love of governing, of trying to impact people's lives in a really positive way. Frankly, ended up breaking barriers as the first female mayor of this amazing city. We weren't so great to women in 1692, but we have come a long way. And, you know, I think it really does showcase that we are a city that can embrace change, that the majority of the city councilors didn't grow up here. It wasn't just that I was the first female mayor. I was the first mayor who really didn't grow up in Salem, go to Salem High, spend a lot of time here. And now I think we have a lot of folks who we recognize you didn't have the good fortune to be here, but you have the good sense to choose to live here. And if you want to give back, we embrace that. That's who we are. And, you know, There's a lot of great projects I'm proud of in this city. You know, helping create this booming tourism industry, creating this really amazing arts community. Patricia Zeta was here, the first public arts master plan really became a theme for us. This vibrant downtown, I don't know if folks remember, like we had a lot of vacancies downtown. It wasn't a place that you necessarily wanted to hang out. We had big infrastructure projects like a train station and new courthouses. We had the redevelopment of the waterfront, a city that was known for the great age of sail, where 19-year-old captains sailed tiny clipper ships around the globe. We kind of turned our back on the waterfront, and we said, no, we can do more, from cruise ships to ferry ships, and soon an offshore wind marshalling and construction yard. You know, innovations in education, as Steve Wright was here, like, we really leverage community, education as a community mission. We leverage that to ensure that our very diverse community, there are opportunities. Helping lead our city through COVID, like I wiped that from my memory bank practically because it was a really tough time. But what I'm most proud of is that you trusted me to do the work and to be in a position to really leave the city better than I found it. We are all stewards in government. Somebody else will be mayor, somebody else will hang on the wall, somebody else will be lieutenant governor. And if you can leave the place better than you found it, that's really key. So it's my face in this portrait, but really all of your fingerprints, your ability to work toward a shared goal and help enable this great city. Well, the fingerprints, your fingerprints are all over that. So thank you for this amazing outpouring of support.